Hey, can you hear me? It said I lost connection. It said I lost connection. I don't know what happened. I'm hot wired in. So I have no idea. Oh, yeah, I couldn't see anything you guys were writing. I typed in, I didn't see you respond to my type, so I figure, oh, I'm really gone. So I don't know what happened. Well, thank you for coming back. Hey, Patricia. Boy, at least you guys are getting the notice. You found your way back. I tell you, I hardly get notices to people I'm sub to. Cyber glitch. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I better start gessoing before we glitch again. We might re-glitch. Okay, so I guess what they were when I see I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna show you what I do because I'm not really sure why I was being asked, but I'm just gonna show you what I do. Hey, Sally. Sally's new here. Everyone say hello to Sally. Oh, well, that was nicely glued. Sally, we're going to do something very exciting. We're going to put gesso on a page. Very exciting stuff. All right. Okay, what I do, I guess I don't know. I just like to put a little bit so that what's on the page, you can still read it. So you can still see the letters. Oh, let me make sure. Is my autofocus off or on? It shows that it's off, so I hope it is. Let me know if it gets crazy because it's supposed to be off. And I guess what a lot of people do is maybe they put too much. And so, I just really just scrape it off as much as possible. And that's it. It's nothing like, rocket science. And that's literally all I do. I don't always do the whole page. Sometimes I just do spots. And because I put so little it dries super fast. By the time I've done the second page, usually the first one is already dry. Yeah, step one, put the puddle on the paper. Scrape with the credit card. You got it. You too can have a class on how to apply gesso. And I'm only putting the only reason I put the gesso. Other people may do it like because they're going to do something artsy on it or paint on it. That's not my personal reason for doing it. My personal reason is just to tone things down and have a surface to write, because if I'm putting this in a journal, most people, if they use their journals, most people write in them as opposed to drawing and things like that. If they draw, they're just going to get a plain journal off the rack and start drawing on it, or just a pad of paper. Yeah, I'm ruthless. Don't forget it, Peggy. Misfits to you. What can't you believe your eyes about? Uh-oh. Now what? Somebody's having a conniption fit. Hey, Beth. I don't think you can handle this tutorial, Beth. I'm showing how to put gesso on a piece of paper. I think it might be above your head. Yes, Sally, you could. Definitely. The only thing is, like with anything, the wetter and wetter you get, the more buckles and stuff you're going to get on your paper. But most of us like, that crinkle look anyway. So I guess that would not necessarily be a problem. Oh, come on, people. Grow up. What do you think this stuff is for? Ha ha. It's just a copy. Don't get your girdle up into a bind, okay? But it wouldn't bother me at all if it was real. It just happens it's not. Because I was going to glue this down and I couldn't decide what side I wanted, so I just copied both sides. If I'm going to use them as a full page, in a journal, I just leave them. That way the owner can do whatever they want with them, They want to write on them. They want to gesso them. They want to rip them out. Ooh, what happened here? They want to rip them out and copy them. That's their business. What did I do? Hey, you guys didn't tell me. I really made a mess here. Now, see, Carla, I would love the fact that it breaks down and cracks. I would love that. Because, it isn't like it's a painting or anything. It's just, it's just going to be in there. More cracks, the better. Let me get something to put all this stuff on. Just a little something close to me. And see, these things, they're already dry. That's the advantage of doing it that way also. You don't have to have a big giant space to spread everything out to let it dry, because it dries right in front of your eyes. Okay, let's try it with the acrylic paint. For those of you that don't have gesso, no one says we have to use gesso. Oops. This guy isn't going to want to cooperate because it has a big clog. Hold on, let me get this all out of here. It's been a while since I used this one, as we can tell. Ooh, okay. I guess I should shake it too if I haven't used it that long. Okay, now see, this is thicker than the gesso. So let's test it on this and see what we can do with it. Let's compare it. It looks the same to me. This probably will take a little bit longer to dry, I'm guessing, but I'm not putting all that much, so we'll find out. We'll do this little one, then I'll do another one, and we'll go back, and I bet you it'll already be dry. All right, so what I'm doing, the reason I was going to start doing this is I'm putting together this journal, and a couple of the pages I want to tone down a little. I'm not sure which ones yet, so don't freak out if I do one and you go, oh, why did you do that? Like, for instance, these. I want to be able to maybe put something else on top of these pages or write on them or something like that. Now, see, I put that on there, and do I care? No, this is all going to add to the look. Could I separate all this? Yes, but then it's not going to look like somebody has really worked in here. I want it to look like it's been used. That's my goal when this is done. Whoops. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, people. Now, see, I like that. I like that. Not everybody does. So, see, the white paint's working just fine. So if you don't have gesso, I mean, for this particular application, you don't have to have it. Yeah, I got a recipe going here. I got a recipe. Let's put some more paint. We need some more paint. I like the paint just as much as the gesso. Because here's it does take longer to dry though than the gesso. This would have been dry already had I used the gesso. So maybe I need to keep using the gesso. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't care if these things, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Let's see. Ask me if I care. Ask me if I care. No amber shellac yet. One coat of things at a time. I really confused myself. Ooh. See, I already put these in some rust, just very lightly. I didn't want to overdo that too much. I mean, you know, I'm not shy about overdoing things. That particular thing, I didn't want to overdo it. This has a lot of texture. This thing really got cooked. Okay. Okay, so I think for now, I'll call it gessoed, even though I'm not using gesso. Just so we know what we're talking about. Just so we know what we're talking about, we're going to use the wrong word to describe what we're doing. Okay, that one's done for now. Yes, I love that. Coating Coco Chanel. Exactly. She knew how to wear the rest. Okay, I used up all the paint there. I think I'm going to put some gesso on there because it dries faster. Oops, hold on a second. I think something's at the door. When I say something, I don't know what. But my doggy, he's gone bye-bye. He's gone. Because he wants to come in here for like 2 seconds, and then he wants to go back out. He loves being outside. So, words. Now that I do want to cover up. That's part of the manila folder. That can go bye-bye. I don't need that. Hey, Lynn, you've seen my dogs. Have you seen my dogs? Lynn, the ladies want to have a make paper session here at the studio. It's been a long time since I attempted. I mean, a long time. So I'm just going to say I haven't done it because it's been forever. Hey, JJ. I was really sneaky today. I had to send something to Jennifer that would have cost $12 because she's in Canada. And it was just something really small, didn't weigh nothing. So I said, I'm going to see how flat I can make this puppy. And then I had to figure out a way to make it flexible because some of the stuff in there wasn't so flexible. So I positioned one here and one here, so in the middle. I know how these ladies, test the pages. I mean the envelopes. When I go to mail them, they always go like that. So I put one kind of sturdy thing here and a sturdy thing here. So the middle had the gap, so it went like that. And I said, "Can that go as an envelope?" And she goes, "Why, it sure can." So I saved I forget how much, what ended up costing, like under $3, I think. So now, save some money here, spend it over there, save some here, spend it over there. You got to know how to work the post office. Plus, my ladies are very kind to me. They know me and they work with me and they figure out a way to justify stuff for me. You go, "Yeah, I think this is bendable." Crunch. Sepia Gesso. What are you guys talking about? I can tell you've been talking behind my back. Oh, right in front of my face. Well, I don't look up. We could do that. All we got to do is throw some shellac somewhere. Okay. Oops, she needs a little something, something there. Okay. Okay, I like that. We could do that. Do what? Oh dear. See, sometimes I don't know if you're talking to me or something that somebody else said. Oops. Everyone asking you to make sepia colored gesso. Well, well, I could try putting a little bit of the shellac in. I mean, because it's water based. I mean, it's natural. I shouldn't say it's water based. It's not water based. You can clean up with water. We could play. Hey, nothing wrong with playing. Let me finish this here. This one, so I don't have it in the middle. Halfway done. Oh, no. Where's the vintage tape when you need it? Hold on. I think I've got it over here. I've been packing stuff. I've been putting it on an add-on kit. At least I have a little bit left. I gotta make me some more. I need some more. Tape, get the tape, quick. Where's the tape? All is well. Okay. See, now it even looks better. I meant to do that. All right. Now this is wallpaper that I either got. I've only bought wallpaper from two people, and it was Luz and Johnny. I'm not sure whose this one is, but it baked really well. You might recognize it. I don't know if you recognize your own paper or not, but it baked real good. Let me tell you. I like it. I shouldn't say bake because I don't stick it in the oven, but it sure cooks. That's for sure. Woohoo! Do I need wallpaper? I like working with wallpaper. I don't need anything, but I like them. I love cooking wallpaper. I hadn't done it, well, I did it last summer, but before that I hadn't done it, and I was pleasantly surprised. Because a lot of that paper is almost feels like it's got like a plastic coating, and I didn't think it would do anything, but it did. I was really pleasantly surprised. I've used it all up. I've baked them all already. I've got some sitting over to the side for another project. Ah. It was so beautiful today. The sun was out. It was like in the mid 60s. But as soon as that sun went down, it got pretty nippy. How did that pass me by? Oh, of course, yes, I would love to have wallpaper. But I am particular about my wallpaper. Well, maybe not. I was going to say, I don't like all that. No, I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm not particular because I used to be until I got some that I thought I wouldn't want to work with, but they cooked really well too. So I take that back. I'm not even going to finish that sentence because I'm wrong already. I ended up liking it. So shut up. I'm gonna take my husband to the doctor. I don't know which day now. About maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, he really messed up his rotator cuff and on his shoulder, and he didn't have to have surgery. He had to have a lot of physical therapy, and it healed up. Well, I've been sharing with you that getting my old dog up and everything, and the other day, yesterday, I was over here, and he was next door doing the old heave ho with the Rottweiler, trying to get him up, when he heard clip, clap, boom, bang in his shoulder. He wanted to drop the dog, but the poor dog, he couldn't. So we had to gently put the dog down in all that pain. So now we got to go in and get x-ray, maybe MRI to see if he did it again. Which, holy moly. So he's in a little discomfort. And there's a lot of medication he can't take because of a medical condition. So he's basically not being able to take anything right now. We have nothing in the house that he can take. So he is a wounded guy. I told my husband, oh gosh, what timing. Now I'm the sole provider for the 100-pound Rottweiler. I hope mine doesn't go now, picking him up. See, that was pretty. That's the wallpaper. See how pretty that looks? Nice and toasty. Gets all those Yummy bits in the corner. Okay, hold on. We're almost there. Then we'll do the test. We'll do the test. Okay, this is just a test. Exactly. Exactly. My dog takes CBD oil, but with animals, sometimes it's associated with the bladder infection, and the poor old guy got the bladder infection, can't get rid of it. The other dogs can take it just fine. He can't take it, maybe because he's older, I'm not sure. And so he's had for about a year chronic bladder infection that just comes and goes, and no matter how much medication he gets, it just, so that's why when he goes, I don't like, say, hold it a while. No, he can't. He's old and he has a chronic bladder infection. Poor thing. So when he says something, I'm all there. All right. So I have no idea how to make this stuff, but we'll try it. So let me go get, let's hope it doesn't explode in my face. There are a lot of advantages of having a large studio, but there's disadvantages. Not everything is in the same room. You gotta go hunting. All right, so let's put a little bit of gesso in here. I say a little, but I'm putting a lot. Ooh, there's a goober going in there too. Oh well. We get some to clean that out with. Where is it? Oh no, I just almost lost. Never mind, I'll show that later. I almost lost it in the trash. Don't keep small things by the trash. It can be disastrous. All right, so have a little bit of that in there. Whoops, start off with a little. Well, it's not curling. That's a good sign. I'm not getting the vapors. That's a good sign. Let me just put that there so I don't. You need a lot more than that. Now I'm adding more liquid probably than was suggested earlier, 30% or something. So it might break down, but ask me if I care. I think that'll make it cool. Oh, I get a lot more. Uh-oh. I don't think it's going to work because I'm going to have to put too much. I mean, when I say not work, I mean, it may not be stable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the, I don't think, let's see, what are you guys saying? Because I don't think this is going to work. It's too light. Look, it's just like white. Okay, we'll just keep going. Can't hurt. I'll slop it onto something. We'll just put it down to invention. The cost of inventing. Oh, it's going to end up being like half and half. Not even half and half. Look, it's not doing, it's turning, it's not going amber either. It's going brown. It's starting to look like coffee ice cream. Kathy, I have no idea. I'm just following what people are asking me to do. I have no idea what their intention is. So I have no intention. I'm just trying to create amber gesso. Amber gesso. And then later on, I'll put it on something. And then by tomorrow, when it's thoroughly dry, we'll see what it looks like. Maybe it just look cool. Maybe it'll have a cute, a cool effect. Maybe it will crack when it dries and look really super cool. I have no idea. Or I may just have to throw the whole thing away. You just never know. See, look, it's not looking amber anytime soon. It's right. It's right, Betty. You tell him. Okay, it's really looking like coffee ice cream now. So what are we doing? Is this what you were thinking would happen, or what was your what did you think was going to happen? And has it happened? Oh well. It's past the point of no return. Let's just put some more. Slap it on some paper. I wish I could slap it on something, that's for sure. I don't know if it's paper or not, but okay, let's see. Let's slap it. See, it just looks like melted looks like melted coffee ice cream. You can't even see it, I bet you. Can you even see it, you guys? A little bit, huh? It's almost the color of that when I. Yeah, it's a nice color, but you know, you could buy paint that color. I'm not sure what it'll do. I'm not sure what purpose it serves. It's a good sealer. It's got shellac. It's a good sealer, you know. You don't get the shellac in the grooves. I'm not sure what that means, but you're probably right. Because if I don't understand what you mean, that probably means you're over my head and you're probably right. Maybe I should dry it and see if it, whew, oh no, well, you know, shellac is flammable. There's that. Put some on a text. Okay, I can do that. Let me find something here. Part of my project. Let's put it on some of my projects, see what happens. If it doesn't work, well, at least I have you guys to blame. It just looks like beige paint. This looks like beige paint. This, Peggy, this is the bottom. This is the thick stuff. There's only about a quarter, well, maybe about an inch in there. It's pretty thick. It is substantial. Let's go ahead and do this side. Dries pretty fast. Lynn, what color do you want it on? It's on white. It's on pink. It's on text. It's on copy paper. What the heck do you guys want from me? What do you want me to test it on? Look, you can see it on my, oh no, that's the other stuff. Never mind. Because the white gesso seems too stark sometimes. Ooh, I like how Jean thinks. Okay, at least someone in the room is thinking. I like that idea. Hold on, I will do that. I will do that. Okay. Do I have some? I know I have some. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me go get another little container. clean that off with? A room full of paper. Can't find a piece of paper. You know how that goes. Okay. All right. Now we're cooking. How come? How come it doesn't look clear? It looks white. Or does it dry clear? Is that what it means? Uh-oh. What is this? Hold on. I don't want to go down a rabbit trap. Where is something for me to try this on? Then I can actually see something. Oh yeah, it's clear. It dries clear. It just looks white. Never mind. I hadn't used this in a long time. I forgot what it looked like. Okay. We're on again. So we really won't be able to test the color until we put it down and it dries. Right? Right. I won't put too much because I know how much we got to put of that other stuff. Okay. Here we go. And then we're going to have to paint it on. And then I'm going to have to put my life in my own hands and dry that puppy. Don't get too close because it is flammable. And we'll try it on a couple of different surfaces to keep all of you happy. Which will be what? Let me get some paper. Let me get a book. I don't want to hear any yapping from anybody. Here's some paper. Here is what? What can I sacrifice? That's close by. Oh, I can sacrifice that. That's just copy paper. Nobody freak out now. It's not the real thing. And let's see if it antiques some of my Frida stuff. For starters, let's just do that. See what it looks like. It looks like on color, paper, copy paper, and text. Uh-oh. It's kind of granulated. It did change the composition of it, but we'll see. Well, that looks cool already. When you put it on a color, it's real subtle. It's just across right there, that way. Very subtle. I think I do like it on here, but I don't know how much different it is than me just putting this on here straight. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot difference. It's a lot paler. No, hardly any difference than if I put it on just straight. Well, there kind of answers that. No difference. Who's talking about carrot cake? Don't be talking about carrot cake. Well, let's see when it dries. Right now, it's actually looking identical as far as the sheen. And, shellac is used as a tooth also. Like you can put it down before you go to paint. So, and it feels the same. It's not like gritty or anything like it looked like it might have been because it was. And then again, I'm applying it this way, not with a brush. You know what I'm saying? You see both of them, they're already dry. And I don't think you guys can see a difference, right? This is with the clear gesso, and this is just straight. So there you go. Well, the shellac isn't acrylic. Shellac is a natural, it's a natural finish. So there's no acrylic in the shellac. But the gesso is I mean, I'm sure this has to be acrylic. All right. It's not real gesso, it's fake gesso. Funny, it doesn't even tell you what's in it. But all gesso's acrylic now. They don't make the real stuff anymore. Yes, I said it. Fake gesso. Let's try whipped cream. Yeah, faux gesso. There you go. Oil-based Gesso? I've never heard of such a thing. Okay, Laura, you can call it Fesso. Yes, you can. Clean shellac with soap and water. Yes, ma'am. Oil painters use it. Wow, I'm gonna have to look that up. Never heard of it. Well, I guess there's no reason for me to hear of it because the gesso I worked with was the gesso for gilding. And we gessoed and gessoed and gessoed and gessoed all day long with the real gesso. And and we made it from scratch. So there was never oil involved. So that's why it kind of shocked me like, what? How do you sand oily gesso? You know what I mean? The whole point of the gesso is to be able to manipulate it and make it smooth as glass. I don't know how you do that with anyway, I'm going to look that up. That's interesting. Laura, you're very good at making up your own names. Does clear gesso lighten up white gesso? Well, that's a good question. My guess is no, but hey, I'm all for the test. My guess would be no, though. Let me get something a little something that we can see the color. So let's put tiny bit of gesso, tiny bit of gesso. You won't be able to. Oh no! It's all coming gushing out. I hate when it does that. Okay, of course you won't be able to tell until it's dry because it's white until it dries. Oh man, that is a total mess. If I don't clean that, I'll never be able to open this lid again because you know how that stuff gets all messy doodle all over the place. Oh, let me clean that up. Always something to clean up. That's why I don't like these tubes. Okay, we're ready. Okay, let's stir this up. Okay, let's put some here. Put some there. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Remember now, you guys remember because I'll forget. That has clear gesso. That's just got the regular. Spread it out so it'll dry before next week. Okay, put that aside. Put that aside. I kind of like how that ended up looking. I forget what I did. That was straight shellac, right? Yeah, that was straight shellac. I like how that looked. And we'll just mix it up here. Okay. And while we're doing that, not to want to waste anything. And the good thing about shellac is it dries really fast too. So between the gesso and the shellac, it should dry pretty quick. Might have to get the heat gun to that. Oops, too much. Way too much. These are probably all going to stick, right? You watch. Not too bad. Let me rip them apart and lay them out. Lay them out. Okay, one. See, no need to tea dye. Now there's little crunchy bits that are starting to come out. It's like it's definitely changing the composition. It's getting thick, which is kind of cool. Oh, that's done with the white. Never mind. Never mind. Can you see that? It's got like texture paste. As it gets because like when I spread it out, it's drying it, and when it dries, it's turning into like a little paste. Who knew? I put too much on there. I keep putting too much on everything. I get some more pages. What a mess. I love making messes. Did I? Oh, yeah. I know. I got to double check on my insurance over here. Yeah, look, it's getting pasty right there as I put it on. Okay. Those should dry up. Oh, look. Can you see how pasty all that is? Look. It's turning into like a, I don't know, like, look, kind of gluey. Yeah, it's like a glue. Very strange. Okay, it'll be interesting to see if I still have a studio in the morning. I like how that looks. I like the straightener. I've done that on pages, book pages, but I hadn't done it on things that I printed. Okay, let's get all these goobers out of here. All right, let's look at our test paper. What's your vote? I don't know if it's just the thickness of how much I put, but this looks a tiny bit more transparent, but it could just be because I didn't put as thick a blob on there as I did over here. But it's negligible. It wouldn't be anything like say, oh, let's do that because it does this and that. No, I don't think so. So, nope. Put it closer to the camera. Okay. I have my autofocus off, so you're not going to be able to really see anything. We don't want that on. You'll have a headache. So it's not going to autofocus at all. So, anyway, you get the idea. Crack the window. Jennifer, you're not the only one confused. Don't worry about it. Why, Peggy? I like sniffing it. I love the way that smells. Okay. I'll follow directions. Who am I to fight the masses? Although this is still open. Oh, look, look. Look, this did too. This is turning into a paste too. So there's our answer. It will change. It is changing at the molecular level. And when this dries, it does the same thing. Do not do this at home. Because you're just wasting your product. It's fun though. I like experimenting. That's the only way you find out. And it feels the same. It doesn't feel any different. Ta-da! All right. So something else I've been working on. You know, I've been thinking of little things to put in my Frida journal. And you guys have probably seen the in a lot of her paintings. She's got these hands just cut off at the wrist, and they're hanging all over the place. So I made some. Woo! Here we go. Frida hands. And she's got in some of her paintings her earring. She's got it hanging off of trees. I think on one of them, some monkey runs away with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some metal around here, and I'm going to solder it, and then put, you know, a loop-de-loop, so it can be like a charm or something, or a necklace or an earring or a dangle or whatever. So I'm going to try that, see how that looks. It is. Hey, she's twisted. I'm just trying to put things in her journal. Oh my goodness. So I've got that, and I was thinking, what else I had? I had something else planned. I was gonna. Can't think of what it is right now. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. That one large piece of fabric that just has, you know, her on it. I was thinking of maybe stuffing it and turning it into a doll instead of actually literally put it in the journal. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I might have to throw this stuff outside before the explosion. Ha ha ha. I hope you still don't see him when you close your eyes, Peggy, tonight. Yeah, I have I'm working on a paper doll right now. She's not weird looking yet. She's just kind of normal. Where is she? Where's her pieces parts? She's still in parts though. Let's see. Do I have all her parts? I might. Whoops, hold on. I got things falling down. Okay. Paper's falling down. This was just, well, if you don't look at her head, this was just a paper doll that I had from, I don't know, a long time. And so then it was just black and white. So I colored it with my pencils to make it kind of a little brighter, because obviously she's bright. And then from one of the things that I have printed out, I sized it to kind of be proportional to the body. And then I just glued it, you know, glued it on the back. Where are her legs? Uh-oh, I lost her leg. No pun intended. You know, she only had one, but I had two. I had two for her. What happened? Oh my goodness. That's what happens when you give her two legs and she only needed one. Now I lost them both. Oh well, I'll find them later. Her legs are around somewhere. Well, she is upset. I lost her only good leg. I mean, oh well, I'll find it. Oh. I wonder. I never. I was like, what the heck did I do with her legs? I had everything together. There's just too much stuff up here. I've been playing and filling up these orders for her kit. I had a lot of fun for somebody that I've never done anything for, because like I told you guys, I'm more a fan of one of her husband's um, artwork than I am of hers. Even though I think she's interesting, her artwork just a little too much out there for me. Um, but it's been so much fun putting all this stuff together. Okay, I have no idea what happened to that poor lady's legs. I'm going to have to print another pair out and color them. Holy moly. I don't know. Oh, and look at these little cute patooties I've been making. They're rough because they're my first one, so no judging. No judging. Are these cute or what? Can you even see them? Can you even see them? They're kind of small. And my autofocus is off. You know that already. Are those cute? Ah! I think they're fun. Okay, what's next? Suzanne, your friend had bazillions of what? Did I make these? Why, yes. I don't show you stuff I don't make. So I thought maybe I'd solder her little thing on there. Ooh, I should put her name in there. It should be in a smaller one. Put her name in there somehow. And then solder like a little cuff, and then put the yeah. What do you guys think? How would that work? I'm gonna just kind of dangle off of something. I'm not sure what. Or I could put in there, where's the other one? Where's the other one? It's with your leg. That's where it is. Where? I don't know. I better put these over here before I lose her arms too. They're probably on the floor. Probably when I got up fast and they blew somewhere. I don't know. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. Oh my goodness. Garbage can. I thought about that, but I have something over the garbage can where I was putting all my stuff that I was gessoing. So I know they're not in the garbage. They're probably here on my desk. When I moved something fell on top of them. Yeah, I am going to have her legs. I'm gonna put her legs and her arms, with the little. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it with some metal wire or if I'm just gonna put a little brad. What I was gonna do with her leg, I wanted to put a brace, because her one leg was a prosthetic, so I wanted to put a brace, up on top. How hers had like a leather piece on it where it connected. And so I was gonna like kind of draw something on there, but my goodness, I don't even have a leg now. Oh my goodness. And here's the little hands before I paint them, and they're made out of just that the paper clay. I know I don't have a leg to stand on, Darla. Sorry, Mitz. Darla came in before you. Jennifer, I'm not sure. I'm not going to say either way. I thought it was up to her knee because I've seen the prosthetic. Um, when I went to the, it's been about 10 years, so I don't go by me, but I went to an exhibition of her art and her clothing and all that kind of stuff. And they had, it was a shoe. I can visualize it. It was a shoe, and then the prosthetic, and then some leather around it, up above like the knee. So I thought, just looking at the prosthetic, that she didn't have it, at the very least, the lower part of her leg. But that don't go by me. Yeah, Janice, I know she had many operations, so maybe, Jennifer, you missed one of the operations. Maybe you left off when only her foot was amputated. Right, exactly. She had multiple things going on. Yeah, I think at least to the knee on that one leg it was gone. And so it was perfect because the leg that, if we could see it, the leg that I had, it goes up to like about the knee. So I thought that'd be a good place to show the leather from the prosthetic. What is her full name? Oh my goodness, she's Mexican. She's got like 10 names. I have no idea. What is? What is? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I know what you meant, Betty. Oh, how would I? If you just put Frida, you'll get her. She's known, worldwide by her first name. There you go, Carla. And I bet you there's more to add to that. Yeah, I don't know all that much about her either. I mean, I can have a conversation about her, but all the details, no. All right. She needs a shawl. Oh my goodness. Then you won't see all the pretty stuff. She's already got that weird stuff around her neck. In the kit, I gave you some fringe. It looks like a shawl. You can make a shawl in your journal. Jennifer, did you get your first package yet? We're gonna have fun putting this together. I can tell already. We got because a lot of people that got the kit, they said they have they've been already saving stuff of hers way before, and they didn't know what to do with it. So now they're gonna, put them in their journals. And then others never had anything of hers, and so they're printing out, like some of her quotes and things like that. And I've been rusting new stuff because now I don't have any Brads left for me because you guys have them all now. So I threw a bunch of stuff out today to start rusting. Oh, okay, Jennifer. I just want to make sure, it didn't get lost. That can happen. Can you see the cat? The cat's the one with the real attitude. Like, me, get away from her. Me, leave her alone. Me. Okay, well, this is all done. Did you have anything else? I had nothing in mind. I was just going to show you gessoing. And then I got off on the Frida just because I was having fun doing all these goofy things to put in the journal. Oh, you didn't see the cat? Yeah. She always had a cat or a bird or a monkey or something on her shoulder in most of her self portraits. I'm putting that on top of there so I don't lose her arms too. Oh my gosh. I'll lose everything. I think I have a mess to clean up tomorrow. You're welcome, Peggy. Oh, my gesso technique. Oh, yeah. A real technique. Hey, Donna. You're welcome, Laura. Oh, thanks, Beth. We are in the know. Okay, so that was a year before she died. Because she died in 54. Thanks, Mitz. Oh, so do I. I'm glad you brought that up, Janice. Where is he? He's right here. He's been very upset with me because he hasn't seen his friends in a long time. And just the other night, he gave me that look. And he was like, hey, what's going on? You ashamed of me or something? Oh, here he is. Talking about freedom. You can't even bring me out. Dear, look at him. Aw, he's so cute. I need to get all this wet stuff out of the way because he does have a mind of his own when it comes to getting around. Okay, close your eyes if you guys are sensitive to nudity. I was just going to say, let's see if his battery works. Say hello. Say hello, people. Oh. Show them how you dance. Oh, he's so cute. That is Baba Louie. He is. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Show them how you dance. Oh. Okay. 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 Hey. He doesn't know when to shut up. All right. Watch out. Nudity. Okay. Nap time. Nap time, Baba Louie. Oh. Right, Kathleen? That's true. I could be here for hours. My husband, he's so funny. Sometimes I wonder, maybe he doesn't want me to come back. One day, this was about a year ago, he comes home with a smirk on his face. Well, he had bought me a TV to put in here. So over there, is a TV. And so I have that. And then he brought over some speakers because he knows I like to listen to lots of different kinds of music. So he brought some speakers over. And then I had a laptop I was having issues with, you know, just different things. And so then he got me this large screen. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. And so yeah, I can just get lost in here, either listen to my music, I got the TV, I got my computer, not to mention all the other crazy stuff I got to play with. So yeah, I can. And I have a kitchen. The only thing I don't have here is a bed. My husband says, he goes, when you move in a mattress, he goes, I know it's over. Oh. But this guy's his not him personally, because there's only one Baba Louie, but he has relatives on Amazon. For any of you would like to get a relative of his, um, and sponsor, an immigrant, you can go to Amazon and get a relative of Baba Louie's. So I think for under $12, you too can sponsor one of Baba Louie's relatives. And, if you do sponsor one, please let us know. We'd like to know. Oh, excuse me. I've never asked him if he likes crackers. If he grabbed that cracker, I'd scream so loud. Yes, I like crackers. Let's see, what would you search for? Oh, I can't remember. Hold on, let me think. Because somebody else had asked before, and I got him there right away. It has to do with I don't know, something like recording doll or no, it's not that I can't think. Toy doll recording. I don't recorder. It was something vague like that, how I found it. Um, Something like that. And they don't have just Baba Louie's. They do have people from other countries besides Baba Louie. They have like a duck, they have a pig. But I was partial to Baba Louie, so but there's different ones. Oh, there, Mary's got it. Oh, interactive. There you go. One touch tech voice. See? Good night, Darla. Thank you for coming out from underneath all that work. We're going to be closing up shop soon because my dog, like I told you, never ending story. He's been having to go out on the average about every 4 hours. So, um, whenever he goes out last, he's going to wake me up. If we go to bed at the same time, he's going to wake me up in 4 hours. And then we're up and about. And then by the time I get back to bed, then he's going to wake me up in 4 hours again. So if I'm not already up. So I've been kind of dragging the past week or so because he's on a real schedule of 4 hours on the dot. And then last night, because my husband, the vet had given him some pills for, not for my husband, but for for the dog. And it makes, one of the side effects, it makes him a little drowsy. It's sort of like a painkiller for him. And so the first day he took it, which was day before yesterday, it hit him, I guess, kind of hard in the sense that it relaxed him so much. He slept almost all day long. So I figured, oh, good, he's asleep. It was like midnight. I said, okay, I better go to sleep because he's going to wake me up in 4 hours. So I go to bed. We all went to bed, turned off the lights and everything, and he's off in a different room. And I hadn't been in bed more than not even 5 minutes. And he's very vocal for everything he wants. And I could tell by by his sound and his posture that he was like, has his head up and he's going, "Ooh, ooh." And I go, "What do you want, Junior?" So I thought, wait a minute. He just came in from going to the bathroom. I know he didn't have to go to the bathroom. He just had a little midnight snack because he has to have his midnight snack or else he will bother me all night long. So I go over there and he was like all bright eyed and awake and everything. Well, he had slept the whole day, so he was awake and he didn't want to be alone. And we normally don't go to bed at midnight. We're up a lot later. So he's like, "Hey, I'm awake. What's going on? Where is everybody? How come everybody's in bed? Why are the lights off? Where are you? Come over here." I had to go over there and sit with him for about an hour because every time I started to leave and turned off the light, ooh, he wasn't ready to go to sleep. So I went back, sat down over there, got my computer, started doing stuff on my computer. A whole hour went by. He finally went to sleep. I thought, oh dear, can I tiptoe? I get up, he lifts his head. So he goes back to sleep pretty quick. In about 10 minutes or so, his sleep was so deep, it was, how you can hear somebody when they're in a deep sleep. It's not snoring, but it's really, you can hear them breathing. So I go, I tipped down, got out. So I still didn't go to bed till 1:30 or quarter to 2. And then right on the dot, 4 o'clock. Woo! So I had to get up again, go take him outside and go pick him up. First, I have to pick up a 100-pound dog right off the floor, right? And then take him out. All that takes time. Plus, you go out in the cold, that wakes you up. So by the time I get back in, I'm awake, but I have to go back to bed. So anyway, so I've been doing that for over like almost 2 weeks now. So it's starting to catch up with me. I was like, oh. So I know the last time I take him out, um, he's gonna have to wake me up, in 4 hours. So I'm trying to go to sleep, right after he goes out. So at least I'll have 4 hours. But I can't trick him. I can't go to bed early. Because he's just gonna wake me up because he's ready to have some company. So we are doggy hospice. What are you talking about, Kathy? This is us. This is our new job. That's what I told Richard. I said it's a combination between a nursery and a convalescent home. It's like kind of like a nursery because it can't speak to you. You got to figure out what all their noises mean. And then a convalescent home, because they get grumpy with you if you don't pay attention to them. They feel like you're abandoning them, so you feel bad. Oh my goodness, he's so funny. And so when he's like doing something and I kind of roll my eyes and start to complain, then my husband pretends he's talking like he's Junior. Guy, I might be dead in a week. Give me a break. I might be dead. I'm old. So he puts the guilt complex on me that I gotta go take care of the dog. And now he has his excuse because he thinks he dislocated his shoulder. We'll find out when we get to the doctor tomorrow. So now it's just me and the old geezer, and I don't mean my husband. I'm talking about the dog. Oh my gosh. I might be dead by next week. Oh gosh. Yes, they make Depends for dogs, Janice. I bought some, but I've never had children, so I don't know if this happens, but from the commercials, I'm gathering that when you put a pamper on, one of the big factors, if you get the cheap ones as opposed to, the regular ones, they leak around the leg. Well, they have not perfected a doggy thingamajigger. And so I got them, I put them on him, and when I went to go get him up, they're not that absorbent. So when I went to lift him or the pamper, it was just a sack of urine and it just spilled out. It was worse than if he had just urinated. It was a mess. I threw those things away. So yes, they do. And I'm sure they work with a smaller dog, but he's 100-pound Rottweiler. It just doesn't work. Now, if he was a Chihuahua, I think it would work. Oh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, at least I don't have to do that, Lucy. I'd rather pick up a 100-pound dog. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I better be broke, Susan. Yeah. Well, I know how much pain he was. I think it's been almost 2 years ago he did it. And it took him a good 9 months of physical therapy to be able to lift. Like if you imagine the elbow, he couldn't lift past a certain point because of the shoulder. It took almost 9 months of therapy to get him to the point where he could lift it to a certain point. And man, it was painful, his therapy and everything. So he's hoping that he just kind of, I don't know, did something else. He's hoping he did something else to it that can, you know, maybe get a cortisone shot or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, but you know what I'm afraid of, Laura, is because I'm really, when I used to be like really involved in construction and stuff like that, even then, I can lift things like up and to, up to, like what? Let's put it this way. I don't have any strength to lift things over my head. If I have to pick something up higher than my own shoulders or my own head, whatever muscles you use to do that extra, I've never had them, and it's always been difficult for me. And then as you get older, you have less and less and less. So when I go to pick him up, I have to get into a certain position because I know once I get him to a certain point, I don't have no muscle to keep going. So I have to like lift my own body up so that I'm not lifting him past a certain point. It's hard to explain, but it's like I really have to be careful too, because then if I try to lift him past a certain point where I feel I can handle it, I might drop him. Then what? Oh, yeah, we do have to be tougher. Oh, I know. Especially big ones. Splat. And then he doesn't have any, like, his back legs. And this is what makes it hard too, because when I do get him off the ground, because now remember, I have to get all four of his legs off the ground. Because I have to, here he is. I have to lift him up all the way because his legs, he doesn't have good muscles. And so his legs sometimes in the back, he'll cross his legs. So I can't like lift him up and put him down. I have to lift him up and hold him. And then if I'm the one picking him up that particular time, then my husband has to go back there and straighten out his legs and straighten out his front legs. And then I can put him down. I'm telling you, it's a process. And so it isn't like I can just flop him down because his legs aren't ready. They're like this, and then he's going to fall. He's going to break his leg. So it's a big responsibility. I get nervous every time I do it. I think, oh no, this is the time I'm going to drop him and break his hip. That's all I need. Hip dysplasia. Cha-ching. That's what my husband was saying. He goes, man, because he's looked far and wide for something that will help with our problem with him. And he says, if I can just figure something out, he goes, we're going to be rich because people will pay for stuff for their animals. But, his is kind of unique. They do have things out there that help that assist the dog. There's these straps they put on, and it has like, a handle, and you can help your dog walk. But none of these things get your dog up from a dead weight. And it's always assuming that the dog can get up and then it needs help to walk. Well, I mean, if you can get up, I think you can walk. I don't know. So there's nothing out there to get the dog up. And anyway, it's been a trial, let me tell you. And we still haven't come up with anything definitive that really works. So right now, the way I get him up is the way the vet says that they do it. They don't have any special tools, but also they've got, a veterinarian, an assistant to the assistant, and, they use a towel. So say here's the dog. So on his pillow, I put a towel this way, and I put a towel this way. So no matter which way he's laying, when he wakes up in the morning, then I get the towel, I scoot it down into his midriff. Well, yeah, his midriff. And I grab the two sides of the towel and make sure that it's not too close to his groin, and make sure it's not too close to his armpit. So it's got to be right in that smooth section. Hold it with two hands and pick him up, dangle him, hope I don't drop him, and then put him down. So that's how I have to get him up. And there's got to be a better way. I've already torn two towels because of his weight. Granted, they were older towels because I'm using, our older ones. I bought new ones for us, and now he has all of our old ones. And I've torn two already. Not when I was picking him up, but when I was starting to, it went, Fortunately, it didn't do it while I already had him up in the air, but that could have been a disaster. So anyway, so that's what we have to do with that poor guy. Oh. Yes, Janice, that's what my husband was saying. He says, we need to try a piece of canvas and then sew handles on either end of the canvas. See, the problem is, I'm guessing, I'm not sure, is see, it starts to buckle up, and you're right on the rib cage of the animal when you're picking them up. It's right there, and I don't know if you know Rottweilers, but they have a really big rib cage. So when I put the so when I so when I put the towel, this is the real issue. When I put the towel and pick him up, you would think, okay, that looks easy enough, but because his rib cage is so big, then it dramatically drops right here. And then what happens, it starts to buckle and go down because there's a natural valley right there. And when that happens, then the balance gets all out of whack, and I'm not picking him up straight. All I'm doing is picking up his back, and that doesn't help. It's got to stay in position. That's what's been the real issue of stabilizing it. So now if I were to get like something like a canvas, which is sturdy, the strength of it's good, but the fact that it's, the strength of it makes it stiffer. And then if it goes down like that, it's going to hurt his rib cage. The trick is, how do I make it stable but soft that doesn't hurt him? It can't be something hard for his ribs, so I can get him up. Anyway, like I say, when we figure it out, cha-ching! But see, Deborah, that's too hard. It's got to be for his body. For his body, it's got to be bigger than this because he's big and he's heavy. It's got to be about this big, maybe an inch shorter. And it's got to be at least this long, and then be able to wrap around his body that I can grab it. I have to have two places to grab, not one, because then it's going to be a teeter-totter. I've got to balance him, and I've got to get him up, and it has to be straight, because if he starts tilting, whatever it is that I'm using to pick him up, and it's going to start to slide down into that waist area where his ribs are, and it's going to break his ribs. So, I mean, I joke about it a lot, but I get nervous every time because so many things can go wrong, and I could literally crack his ribs, So you won't believe all the things we've ordered and sent back. We're very intimate with all of the return policies of Amazon and doggy stuff. There's this one, someone on one of the streams, it might have been one of you ladies there right now, had suggested one of those life vests that they put on dogs when they go out on a boat, because it's all in one, it's soft, and it has a handle so that you can grab him in case he falls over or whatever. Well, we tried that. I wish I could remember what the problem with that one was. There was a real problem with that one. It was very dangerous for him. Plus, the fabric was very hot. He wouldn't be able to keep it on, because our intention was, okay, maybe you could keep that on, and we have to go through all this trouble. And so he was going to right away start to get, heat spots and probably sores and stuff, and he'd be always complaining. In other words, he couldn't keep that on either. So then we got something else we thought we could wrap around, and that didn't work either. And then the other thing that looked it would work, it had buckles and snaps that were hard and big. There's no way he could sleep in that either. And it wasn't that much more effective than the towel was. And out of all the things we've bought, as far as balance and making it easier. The towel has been the easiest thing to use. Although, like you can imagine, having it there all the time and in the right position to get him up, sometimes it's a little tricky. But fortunately, the only place he likes to lay down is, on his bed. And so we have the towels there ready, and hopefully we'll be able to use those. But um I don't know. We got this one thing, we're sending this one back. It had like that, that fake lamb's wool type stuff. It's got that on one side. And then it's got like a what would it be? What was that stuff called? Similar to the stuff that what is that called? Trying to think of what it. But anyway, it's just, that thin nylon stuff that they make all kinds of stuff with. I can't even think what it's called right now. But anyway, so one side had that furry stuff, the other side had the nylon stuff. Well, the way it was promoted was it's real easy to slide underneath the dog because that nylon just, you put it underneath and whoop. Well, yeah, I'm sure that works, except the fluffy stuff against the dog stops it from moving. I mean, you got the fluffy stuff next to the dog. And so that didn't work. It didn't help it get through at all. It just did not work at all. So, plus it was only about this wide. Well, that didn't work. That was going to get right underneath his rib cage there, and that didn't work. It had to be like 2 or 3 times as wide as that particular piece was. So, rip stop. Oh, I'm learning something new. How about a litter box? I don't understand. He'd have to sleep in the litter box. He can't get up. If he could get up to a litter box, we wouldn't have a problem because then he could just walk, because he can't get up. That's the problem. Yeah, Laura, I was thinking of getting like maybe 2 or 3 towels, because they're soft and they're not going to hurt him, and sew them together and then sew some handles onto them. And I think, and they'd be brand new, not old towels. And that might work. But that ripstop, never heard of that. I don't know what a Hoyer lift is. I'll have to look that up too. You guys just know too much. A large canvas and put foam on it. Yeah. Yeah, if I got now if I that stuff that I can't think of what it is, but that nylon stuff that doesn't tear. Um, if I put a towel in the middle to give it just a little bit of cush, put the towel, and then on either side of the towel, put that stuff that, you know, on that, what I'm talking about, that nylon stuff. Because it does slide, and it would slide on him, and it would slide on whatever he's laying on. And that maybe might work. I don't know. Oh, okay. That you talked about, Kathleen. Great. Okay, I'm gonna go and look that up. And because that might work. See, this would be the towel, and then I'd put some of the ripstop on top and another piece on the bottom. Sew it all, sew all 4 edges, and then put 2 handles on each end so I can grab it up like that. That might work. Okay, well, I don't know what those lifts are, but well, I think those kind of machines are like pretty big. I'm guessing. I don't know. I should just look up things when I don't know. I'm gonna tell my husband. He loves investigating stuff. He'd even said, he didn't know the name for it, but he had said, "What about those things they lift in the convalescent home? They lift people out of the bed." I said, "Yeah, but you're gonna have that. We don't have trouble lifting them out. It's what to use to put on him. Yeah, Laura, that's what my husband wants to do. He wants to invent one of something. Cha-ching. That's his goal. No, Lucy, I'm gonna have to do this till he dies. Seriously, we've had him we've had him 12 years. We don't know how old he was when we got him. He was a rescue dog. Um the doctor thought he was anywhere between 5 and 7 when we got him, and we've had him 12, and he's a big dog. And those of you familiar with dogs, larger dogs, they don't have as long a lifespan. So, it's just something we're gonna have to do. And the condition he's in, the inability for him to get up on his own, and even stand up straight when he goes. If it was people that had to work a full-time job, they would have probably already put him down, because he can't function without somebody getting him up. So, that's just the reality of it. So, yeah, this will be a permanent situation between the dog and us. Yeah, he is old, um, for a large dog. They usually live, well, I'm depending on, their environment, but 8 to 10 years, the vet told us. And he knows that we've had him for 12 years. We took him to him the first time we got him, and judging by his teeth and different things, he said he was about between 5 and 7. So I'm sure he must have been closer to 5, because he'd really be old. And the doctor says all of his other vitals are good. He has a good heart, his teeth are good. He has good appetite. So it isn't like, oh, Richard, he's a suffering poor old dog. Let's just put him down. No, he's not. And he still wants to play with his toys. He still thinks he's the boss. He's bossing all the other dogs. He goes at once he's up and out, he goes to the gate and he's barking at cats, and then, next door. So he's got a good life. He's just making ours miserable. He's got a great life. We just can't sleep anymore. And one of us has to stay home if we're going to be gone longer than 4 hours. Oh. Yeah, I think, yeah, he'd be a goner already. Yeah, he has a good life. And he's got his little sense of humor. I mean, look, he woke me up in the middle of the night. Why? He just wanted company. He's a brat. He's a brat. Like, hey guys, you never go to bed at midnight. Ooh, come and sit with me. And of course, he got his way. I mean, because he's going to keep howling. And then the other day when he got up, because it's really hard, like even to for him to drink water, we have to put it up on a, because he can't, because of all of his muscles and arthritis and everything, he can't bend down and drink water out of a dish that's on the ground. It's too far for him to go. It hurts. We can tell it hurts him. So my husband built like a little step, and so he puts the water up there, and so now it's really easy for him to drink the water. And so we have to do crazy little things like that for him. So it's hard for him to get anything off the ground. But I picked him up the other day, and he was taking off to head outside, and on the corner of his eye he saw that his toy was over on the side. So he kind of stumbles over and tries to pick up the toy, and he can't quite get the toy. But he wants it. So I ran over there and grabbed his toy, and I gave it to him. And he's squeaking all the way out of the house, back into the backyard, squeaking a squeaky toy. So he's having fun. He's having a good time. Go to a OTPT. Okay. I don't know what an OTPT is. I am. Ah. Yes, Suzanne. Once we get him up, and put his legs in the right position, then it's like, go! And he does. I mean, he wobbles. It isn't like it's imperfect. His back leg muscles have really atrophied, and he's got really bad arthritis. And we this is funny. Okay, this is funny. And it is. Here's our back door. Where am I? Here's our back door. Okay, and we have a porch. Here's a porch that we have. And right here is a gate that closes, and that takes me, here's my studio, takes me over to the studio. You go over here, and there's another gate right here, and then it goes and this is a ramp, and here is the garage. Now our other dogs run loose in the whole other yard, but we don't want him to get injured, so we have an area back here for him. And so when he comes out of the door, usually we have a thing here of water for him, and there's also inside. So he comes out here, and when up until about a year ago, we had a ramp that went into this yard. And up until a year ago, he could still walk down that ramp because he could get up on his own. He needed help, but he could walk on his own. So this was sort of like his little yard, and because there's another fence here. This was like his yard where the other dogs couldn't get to him. He could walk around, do whatever he wants, and come up. Okay, eventually got to the point he couldn't go down that ramp no more. So we took the ramp out. So by accident, if we left this open, he wouldn't be able to go out. Okay, so the other day, just like 2 days ago, there's 2 steps there. Just the other day ago, I came back into the house, and he needed to come out. So he came out. And usually I open this gate, I close, there's a gate here too. I close that gate, open this door, that way he can just go down the ramp, go through the garage and play in his little yard, do what he wants to do, bark at neighbors' cats, stuff like that. Okay, and then I just come in because he's good on his own after that. So what I didn't realize is when I came over here, I didn't latch this gate properly. And our other 2 dogs, one of the other Rottweilers and one of the smaller dogs, they can be around Junior. It's just the crazy German Shepherd can't. Anyway, so the other Rottie and his little buddy decided, ooh, it's open. Let's go in there. We never get to go in there. So they were in here running around doing who knows what. And when I came out to come and check on Junior, because he was taking a little while, well, he's got his foot on this step right here. And he's just looking like, how do I get down those? And it was just 2 steps. And he knows he can't do it. He's looking there. He goes, oh, how do I get down those 2 steps? How do I get down there? And he just got all up flustered. And when he saw me, he had that look like gulp. He knew he was like contemplating something he should not do. And I said, no, right over there. And I grabbed him and shut the gate. That's when I realized the other ones were in there. So I had to let them out. So then he comes over and, takes care of his thing. Well, the other day, my husband, who is bad, he's bad. Junior kept wanting to come over here. And Richard goes, no, you can't. So anyway, so he comes down here. Now Junior's standing at this gate. He desperately wants to go into the main yard. So my husband, the bad person that he is, he opens up the gate and lets Junior out into the main yard. Okay, now Junior, he's sniffing here, he's going over here, he's going over here. Well, yeah, he goes all the way over because he has the energy to do it. By the time he gets over here, he has no more energy. His legs are starting to wobble. His muscles are going like this. Now it's like, okay, how do we get him back? Because he can't walk anymore. I said, Richard. So anyway, we just, waited and coaxed him, and it took him quite a while. He would walk a little bit and he'd stand a little bit and he'd walk a little bit. And man, I gave my husband a riot act. I said, yeah, I know he can go that far. He can't get back. So, hello, use the brain. Only let him go to here because then he can come back. I tell you, I got to take care of everybody at this house. Oh gosh. So anyway, in a nutshell, he still is, alive and well. He still tries to get away with things. Just like us, his mind tells him he can do things, but his body doesn't cooperate, And so, we're very thankful that we're in a circumstance that we can take care of him. Because he, like you had mentioned, he probably wouldn't be around if he was with a different family for a variety of reasons. So, so I only get to sleep for 4 hours. You can always go back to bed. Oh. Yeah, he's still, I mean, he has an appetite. That's the first thing the doctors always ask. Has there been a change in his appetite? No, he still wants to eat everything in the house. We have to keep his weight down. We only give him so much so that he doesn't gain weight, because that would be even really rougher on his body parts, And so sometimes he complains to us like, "Roar! No, you can't have any more." And so he's happy. And before, when this was all starting to happen, you could really see the almost like a panic on his face, because he knew he couldn't get up. And you can imagine, if you couldn't get up for any reason, it's scary. And then the kind of dog he is, he's an alpha dog. So it was like, really hard on him, because now he was feeling very, very vulnerable, especially with the German Shepherd. That's why we don't let the German Shepherd around him, so that he won't feel that vulnerability. And because he's the youngest dog, male, he's a male dog. Even though they're fixed, they still have their personalities. But once he realized that all this crazy apparatus we were putting on him was to get him up, he just relaxed. He lets us throw his leg over here and his arm over there. He doesn't fuss. He doesn't care, because he knows we're trying to get him up. And then once he's up, he's all sassy. He acts like, oh, I don't know why you're getting me up. I can get up on my own, and then he trots off. like he's the boss all over again. So, um, so, so as long as he's happy, we're happy. We'll do what we got to do, you know. So, yeah, he is a really, I mean, everybody thinks their dogs are smart, right? Just like everybody thinks their kids are smart. But we've had other dogs that would have not allowed us to do what we're doing to him. They'd have gotten scared or whatever, but once he realized, hey man, they're getting me up. It was like, whatever you say, whatever you do, it's fine. Only one of those things we bought him. I can't remember which one it was. We went to go pick him up. He let out a big yelp, big yelp. It could tell it hurt him. We said, okay, this is not going to work. All we did is we took it off, and he looked at us and he was fine. He knew. So we took it off. We never put that one on again. That was returned. And then we just, used a towel again until we got the next thing we were trying on him. So, yeah, so he knows he's a happy camper. Oh, you weren't smart, Laura? Well, I think it comes with experience because we've rescued so many dogs and they all have a very distinct personality and some of them let you know, they're smart, so they let so that you don't feel stupid. But when the dog it isn't cooperating or isn't the kind of personality that lets you know what's going on with them, it's hard to know what to do for them or what they need. So, yeah, you said the dog wasn't smart, right? That's not always the case. I have a stupid dog. I don't know. Yeah, like right now we have 4 dogs. They're all totally different. Totally. Right, Kathleen, that's when I said, the dog wasn't smart? Hmm. All right, ladies, it is 10:30 my time. The dog probably needs to go out. I don't want my husband to do it alone. And take care of that business. Then I have a few things I need to do. Of course, I'm not going to go to bed early because he's just going to say, "Hey, why aren't you up?" So I'll work on a few things that I have on the oh, and I got to figure out taxes. Oh gosh. I hate fortunately my husband is the number person, so that's fine. But getting all that stuff, and I hate that stuff. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you. All right, ladies, it was fun. I don't know what we accomplished, what we learned, but we did something. We did something, and we learned what we could and couldn't do. I think. I hope. Oh yeah, there's a lot of those sneaky dogs. I will give Junior a hug. And he loves women. Anytime I have company, the guys, it's okay. But if they're ladies, oh my goodness, he kisses up to them and gives them those eyes, and I can't tell you how many people that were afraid, not only of Rottweilers, but this one lady was afraid of dogs. She wouldn't even come to visit me because I had dogs. I had to go to her house. And I don't remember the circumstances why she decided to come over. Oh, I think I told her I'll lock them somewhere. All the dogs, you'll never have to see them. And then she has very bad arthritis. I mean, her hands, she can, there's a lot of things she can't do because she has really bad arthritis. And she's had several operations that have to do with her heart. And to look at her, she's beautiful. She doesn't even look sick, but she has all these things that are wrong with her, serious things. And so one day when she decided she would come, when I just, was going to put all the dogs away somewhere else, um, she was looking at Junior outside. She goes, "Oh, he is a pretty dog." And I said, "Yeah, he is. And I said, "And he won't hurt you." She goes, "No, no, no, I don't want to touch him. I don't want to touch him. I don't want to touch him." So I don't know how I convinced her to just let him come into this area. I said, "I won't open the door. I have a glass door. So let me just bring him in here and you just look at him through the door." And she goes, "Okay, okay, okay, okay." So he came in through the door, and he was sitting on the other side of the glass door. So he lays down there on the other side of the door, and she's looking at him, and she's sitting in a chair, and she goes, "Oh, he's nice," and blah 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 blah. And I said, "He has really bad arthritis." "Oh, really?" So I started explaining to him all his problems, and this was before it was as bad as it is now. And I said, "Yeah, he's got this and he's got that. He's got a lot of pain. And when the weather changes, his arthritis really acts up." So, "Oh, yeah, mine too." And so anyway, I told her this whole big long-winded story about all his ailments because I know they're very similar to the ones that she has. So she's like now identifying with the dog. And I said, "So you can probably understand, how, he's uncomfortable and he's this, but, he still gets around and does things just like you do. And, he enjoys company and he likes to be pet." "Oh, he does." Well, anyway, after about an hour of this, she says, "Oh, let me just touch him." Before she left, they were sitting on the floor together with Junior's head on her lap. And she's explaining to Junior how she understands how he feels. "Oh, I know it." And she starts rubbing his wrist, and he's looking at her like, oh, just sucking it all in. I mean, she was so sucked into the whole thing. It was ridiculous. But it was because she could relate to him because they had the same issues. And once she saw him as, something she could relate to, all of her fears were gone. And she goes, "Oh man," she had one of her friends, "You got to take a picture of this. My friends are not going to believe this," with a Rottweiler on her lap. And then after that, it was like anytime she called or I saw her, she never asked, "How you doing, Rosemary?" "Oh, how's my Junior?" "Oh, shut up." It's so funny. But it shows, like, when you talk about support animals, and I mean, she didn't even need a support animal, but you could really see the total change in her attitude. And she wasn't focusing on herself, she was focusing on the dog, and the dog was taking it all in. So they are like little miracle workers for people with whatever kind of disabilities they have, emotional, physical, whatever it is. Okay, I never shut up. Okay, thanks again, guys. And I will see you when I see you. And if you've already ordered the kits, half of them went out today. All the ones that put the add-ons, they went today. I held off on the add-ons for some lollygaggers, and those are all going to go out tomorrow. And then we'll have fun in February putting all those things together. Thanks again for all your support, and I will see you guys soon. Say good night, Babaloo. Good night.